Hello world, I'm here at CES with the Attention Live team, and just wanted to share my thoughts on CES, and I was reflecting on that, how that applies to my vision of ethics in AI and Web3. Had some very, very interesting conversations today with lots of interesting people. We also got to tour the main hall of CES. So what were my takeaways? Well, there were hologram displays, which were pretty cool. They're basically just, like, I think they're LEDs on fans that are spinning around. So it's pretty cool, but it's basically just digital signage. The glass screens, transparent glass screens, those were cool. But, yeah. And then, of course, the micro LED screens and others, like the quality of the screens is really cool. Like the blacks were solid black. But in the end, it's still just a screen. Um, so uh, overall, I was kind of underwhelmed. I also understand since COVID, it's been hard for CES to get back to the level it was at. So I'm not trying to criticize CES or anything, but it made me reflect. We have all this technology. What are we using it for? We should be using it for solving the world's biggest problems. That's kind of, and our ethical philosophy here at Attention Live, which I think is so apropos, is ethics shouldn't just be reactionary. Google's famous statement is do no evil. Well, if that's your ethical statement, it's pretty lacking because you're like a sports team that only plays defense. It doesn't matter how well you perform, you're never going to win. Instead, we should be focused on aligning with doing the righteous deeds. Like, how do we solve the biggest problems that really need to be solved? So that's what I'm thinking about, And I think when we do that, that's when the greatest thoughts of ethics can really, where it can really be aligned. So, like, how are we doing this at Attention Live? Well, if you look at all the problems we have out in society, speaking about America specifically, but it applies to a bunch of the world. There's an underlying issue, and that is the way we're communicating. The way we're communicating is just yelling at each other. We're not even really speaking to each other. Everyone, whether it's politicians or media, politicians are speaking to a very small niche group to give them money. And, then the others are really just a stage prop for them to communicate to those people. And the truth or not truth of what they're saying needs to be evaluated by how it communicates to that audience. And in media, it's a similar thing. It's just inflammatory to get ratings, which is to get money. And so actual dialogue, actual building of bridges is lacking or completely void. If we can solve that, now you can unlock the potential for collaboration in the areas that it matters most. So the way you see things, the way you see the problem, and the way you see each other is just so critically important. And we need to take this creativity to the area of ethics. Like, my future is the idea of social impact and impact are interconnected. They're basically the same thing. And that people get excited about the applications of their tech to things and entertainment and screens to solving the biggest challenges that are facing humanity and really aligning it there. And where others see problems, we need to see opportunities. So like right now, our society is so divided. Can we shift that? And rather than seeing it as something that just frustrates us, like I think everyone's frustrated, instead we see it as an opportunity that those who can build bridges, those who can bring diverse people together, those are the ones who are going to stick out and are going to gain the market. So what I'm finding is I see there's a real hunger to work on things that are more meaningful. Like I met one of the cool guys I met was the producer of the Expendables 3 or 4, one of the Expendable movies, and the last Rambo movie. And he lit up about his current project, which is the Aquaverse, and it's all about educating people and young people, transforming education, really, and taking all of his Hollywood production skills into education and teaching kids about how to take care of the oceans and to know about the oceans and simultaneously to know about the metaverse and know about technology. And it was really cool to see him light up so much about a project like that more than, the Hollywood movies that seem so, spectacular, big screen and all that. I see there's a big hunger out there for people to be involved in more meaningful projects that are going to make an impact, that are going to make the world better. So, yeah, that was my takeaways. So that's my philosophy on ethics right now. More about this later. Got to get to bed. It's late already. So I'm signing off for tonight. I'm ending the stream in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop streaming.